other hand, online courses market is supposed to rise to 8 billion euros in 2020. We are looking for 200,000 euros of investment. We will use the money for marketing and adding new content. Tomasz is a business developer that spent last 20 years in ICT. Giga makes our digital marketing work in a different level. I'm a full-stack developer that always helped others start their IT careers. Supporting us is a team of people that make sure that everything works and looks nice. So, if you like what we are doing, join us by investing in us, and together we can teach the next generation of coders out there. And if you're ready, we are ready, and we can start right now.
Thank you, Micha. Questions?
Hi, my name is Andrei. More specifically, what do you teach? What kind of courses?
Currently, we are focused on mobile development and web development. So courses for JavaScript, HTML, Kotlin, Java, and Android.
Okay. What happens usually when you talk to coders? They usually say the languages are constantly changing. Will you be changing content consistently with whatever is popular today, tomorrow, or do you have any?
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, this is actually a great question because this is our main emphasis, that it's not seen outside our project, but we are building everything in a way that we will be prepared to add on more and more content as we go, because, like you said, everything is changing. You get a lot of frameworks out every year. A lot of frameworks become attractive each year, and this is hard to follow if you don't structure your business in a way that you are flexible to add new stuff.
Can I just one more sub question? Who are your customers most often?
We are targeting total beginners. So we are still in the discovery phase what our niche is. But we can see a lot of development there. We are targeting, let's say, designers who, for example, are more likely to get jobs if they know something about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. This is actually one of the most common questions for interviews for designers, not developers.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Micha.
Thank you.
And Klaus. And our next startup is Foxwin, a platform that brings ideas into innovation.
Good morning, everyone. Imagine yourself working hard to build a good company. Now imagine that company being destroyed. All those years gone to nothing. Only in Italy, 52 companies die every single day. And do you know why? Forbes says it's because they don't adapt to the changing market. Currently, big companies rely on consultants to help them to change. However, these consultants ask hundreds of thousands of euros. And the funny thing is that they ask the employees ideas and then sell them to the executives. But companies could be doing that from themselves, using their own people. Using their own people. Great. But why executives are not asking the ideas to the employees? Because they don't have enough time, and thus increase employees' demotivation. Actually, but the ideal thing should be create a process in which employees give the ideas, managers create a short list, and executives decide. And we have done exactly that. We created a software to engage all the employees in innovation, so employees can post ideas, colleagues can vote for them, create a short list, guide, and project managers implement them. And everything started from my personal experience in Iveco, where I created a competition of ideas using only an email. And in less than 1 year, we saved 2.7 million euros. And that was great. We then decided to create a startup and develop a software to manage innovation. And I found the right people with the right skills. A software developer, an artificial intelligence expert, a business anthropologist, and a communication expert. I'm an engineer with an MBA. And we developed a software as a service, and thus enable us to have a constant revenue stream, customer pay in advance, and repeat the purchase every year. In addition to that, we help executives in valorizing human collective intelligence and engaging all the employees. And our software is having far better results from our previous experience. We have engagement 4 times greater, double the ideas in less time. And we are focusing on medium and big banks, cooperatives, and industrial firms in Italy, Slovenia, and India, because these markets are still to be conquered. Around the world, and Forrester analyzed this world market of innovation management software, and it has a value of more than 200 million euros. Around the world, there are 50 competitors. 96% of them are from abroad, most of them from the US. And our key advantage is our territorial presence. Customers don't know this type of software, and they need training to use them. And once they get the training, they get loyal. Up to now, we're on the market from less than 1 year, and we have 6 big customers. And people believe in us, because in a world where artificial intelligence is making people obsolete, we are making people important again. Up to now, we gathered 52,000 euros, and now we're organizing a seed funding in 2 rounds. The first one at $500,000 evaluation, where we're gathering 50,000 euros, and the next one in January at 1 million valuation, where we're going to gather another 50,000 euros. And we're going to invest this money in software development, marketing, and sales activities. So this is the right time to invest. In 2019, we will be able to pass the break-even point, acquire 16 big customers, become an international company with an valuation 3 times bigger. So let's make people great again. Thank you.
Thank you, Filippo. Questions? Alex?
Hi, Filippo.
Hi.
Why do you think that companies, why do companies, the existing solutions like email that you have mentioned, how can they improve how do they improve by using your solutions on what they are using right now? What is the difference?
The difference is that using only an email, you cannot valorize human collective intelligence. It was the thing that I was doing in Iveco. I had to gather the emails, I have to call the executives, create meetings, and decide which were the best ones. But we lost one key essential fact, that organizations are a complex system. So if you have an idea, probably you're looking the problem from your point of view. Instead, if you use a technology, you can share your idea with all your department, also hundreds of thousands of people, and everybody can say what do they think about your own idea. So they can give you a suggestion on how to improve them. And also people are able to vote the ideas, and so you have at the end a list of ideas from the most voted ones, so the most popular ideas that are not only popular, but also of quality ideas, because managers are also telling, okay, this has 100 likes, for example, but it's also a great idea for this meaning. So in this way, you can engage also 1,000 or 10,000 people in the innovation process. Otherwise, using an email, it's impossible.
Would you also approach the local municipalities or even like private cities like BTC that we are listening? Would this also work for this case?
Yes, first of all, companies need to create a process from bottom-up ideas. So the first thing important is to engage the employees. When they are able to engage the employees, the second step is to engage also clients or suppliers like Toyota does. And the other next step is also valorize the community, so that the people that are interested in that company, stakeholders. So it's an evolution of innovation.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Okay, thank you, Filippo.
Thank you.
And now we are continuing with OmniOpti, an algorithm that helps you with the route optimization in different aspects, as Martin will explain to you shortly.
Hello, I'm Martin Pechar. I'm founder of OmniOpti. I'm a mathematician by profession and really passionate about optimization and saving money. So the majority of my career was in logistics. I was head of research of a vehicle tracking company. And once I was talking to a transport manager of a company with over 100 trucks. And the guy said to me, well, do you know what my boss would do if he would win the lottery? I said, I have no idea. Maybe he would buy an island or something like that. And he said, no, he would just pay his monthly fuel bill. So price is really important in logistics. And it's very complex, one of the most complex problems in mathematics. It's really difficult to find the best solutions. So I was also working on vehicle routing optimization software, also did the sales of that for a couple of years, and it was really, it reminds me of chess very often. You know, there are so many combinations, so it's really difficult to find a good solution. And humans have no chance against computers. Computers give you better results. So once still I noticed that there is a route which is better, actual route was better than the plan. And tried to find out what's the reason behind that. And the thing is, the route optimization software always uses the fastest route between each locations. However, this driver found a shortcut, an alternative route which was much shorter in the distance and not much longer in time. So the route was more efficient and cheaper. And later on, I was working on my PhD in mathematics, and I decided to tackle this problem. Eventually, I managed to develop a new algorithm for multi-objective optimization, meaning finding alternative routes. So this opens actually a new dimension of route optimization because classic route optimization deals with the sequence of locations and enables savings in the range of 10 to 30% compared to manual work. However, alternative routes can save additional 5 to 15%. In the case of a truck, that comes to savings of around 30 euros per day with classic optimization and additional 10 euros per day with alternative routes. If you have, let's say, 100 trucks, that means hundreds of thousands of possible yearly savings. Market size is not so small, which is good for us. And our business model is software as a service. We have developed a solution which is a plug-in and can be used in other existing solutions. And we just charge a flat fee for each vehicle which is included. So there are many big players in the market already, which is also good for us, and eventually we would also like to partner with them, somehow plug our solution into theirs. There are also some providers of routing, even alternative routes. I'm sure you know Google Maps. Google Maps offers some alternative routes. However, our solution provides more and better alternatives, can use several objectives like time, distance, price, emissions, anything that you can put a number on. And well, therefore, we believe our solution is better. We are currently not even looking for an investment actively. We are looking mostly for partnerships. So we want to find companies which have existing solutions for fleet management, route optimization, things like that. And our solution can be plugged into theirs. And therefore, we can improve the bottom line for your final customers. I have a team of friends which helped me with the project. They're all experts in their fields, and we are really looking forward to make logistics more efficient with your help. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Martin. Who will ask the questions? Eva?
Thank you, Martin. Route optimization. So how do you compare with the systems logistics companies already use? I figure that they probably don't use Google Maps, do they? Or what?
Usually they use their own routing software also. So usually the route optimization, they pre-process a matrix of distances and times between locations.
And you've probably checked the pricings of such solutions. How do they compare in terms of how much they cost a company that uses it?
I worked also in sales of such company for a couple of years, so I know the prices. However, the difference with our business model is usually those companies sell a license. We want to just sell, have a flat fee, which is a different model in a way.
And at the end, you're more expensive or cheaper?
We expect in the long run to make more money than just selling this. However, you know, there's still a lot of room for fine-tuning the model. This is just initial idea somehow. But the bottom line is the customers don't need any upfront investment, and they can just pay as they go. And also one of the possibilities is even to charge a portion of the savings that we achieve. That's also an idea that we have.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's working. Okay, working. Not working. Working? Okay. I'm sorry, but because we have a lot of startups, we only have questions from the jury, but you are more than welcome to ask them questions after the finish of the pitch. I wanted to leave you the microphone, but I guess it will not work. So the next one from Earth to Sky, next startup is Picosat, and they are developing nanosatellite with the help of special technologies, and Anna will tell you more about it in a second.
This one? Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'm Anna Gregorio from, I'm CEO of Picosat, a small startup company in the space, working in the space field, and the spin-off of University of Trieste, located in Area Science Park. Space is an enormous and marvelous place, but it is difficult to assess the space for a number of reasons. And the major reasons are the mission overall cost, the slow delivery time, and the mass is also a very critical factor. But indeed, we see the space as a resource for our community, for the whole community. And to solve this problem, I think we have to go on small satellites. So satellite of this side. Unfortunately, also small satellite has a number of problems, and we think about the major problem is pure data transmission and weak radio coverage. This is creating limited capabilities from the technical scientific point of view. And so what is the solution? Picosat want to bring on the market a new innovative miniaturized radio for small satellites dedicated to, for example, for future Internet of Things and 5G services. The radio is being already developed and will be ready by mid next year in accordance with the European Space Agency, which is, by the way, also our first client. The radio has a superior data rate. Think about old-style modem with a modern DSL, and will be almost the first of the market. I mean, by now it's the first on the market, so it's crucial to arrive on the market as soon as possible, and we have to hurry up. So this will open, we think that this will open the global space economy, the global space market also to small satellites. Here you see almost 40% of the market is on services, telecommunication services, Internet of Things, Earth observation, and even also science. And not even considering what major companies in the US or even Elon Musk declaring that in the next future, thousands of satellites will be sent by them, not even considering them, the projection for the telecommunication market size in the small satellite field is increasing in an enormous way. And we are looking at this market size. Of course, we have competition, we have competitors, and our competitors are almost all the small satellite shops which are on the market now in the European market and also in the US market. Here are the major ones. But indeed, these are, none of them are producing a product with the same performance as the one we are producing. And indeed, the same shops can be also considered a way to the market for us. And indeed, with GomSpace, we are already discussing for a future, near future, launch together to test our product. And of course, we are looking already to the next future. And so starting from our radio, the miniaturized superior radio, we have a number of products which bring us to services for the full satellite constellation, full small satellite constellation. We are also working on our R&D product. We have a different path and are dedicated to institutional partners for planetary explorations. But this is not considered here. So the team, we are a small team of 12 people, a mixture of technical and scientific and also business, market-oriented and company development persons, because we know that the company is going to increase, so we have to be well prepared for the future. We have been awarded by a number of awards, both from ESA, Startup, and the European Commission. And of course, being a startup, which is extremely expensive, we need some investment. We estimated by now 500,000 investment, not only for the product development, but also for the business and the company development. And also for granting, for co-financing a possible grant we are looking at, we are asking for as a second phase of the one we already gained, we have been granted. So here you see with this investment, you see the projection for the next future of the turnover and of the sales in kilo euro. And this could be also even possibly co-financed by Invitalia, which we have already been contacted. So to conclude, we are a small company working in a small satellite field, but looking at the huge universe. So enjoy our universe.
Questions?
Can I just, hi, Andrei. So that's actually the satellite you're holding in your hands?
It's the elementary part. So what we are working on in the second part is the one in the slide before, just is the structure. This is our structure, but it's a peculiar structure because it's a plastic structure and it's like a Lego. So this is the first element, and they are increasing like a sort of Lego. So you can make, this is the elementary module of a structure, but you can have larger satellites. By now, the largest satellites are 30 by 30 by 30. This is 10 centimeter, like 27 3 by 3 by 3 satellites. So this is the typical size of the largest small satellites, which is corresponding to about 50 kilo satellite, which is already a reasonable satellite. But anyway, the most popular shape is free. One by three of this.
So if I understand correctly, you're kind of setting up the structure within which the instruments will be put on, whatever the client needs. And in addition to this, you also developed the radio for the...
No? Well, yes, the radio is our main business. As R&D product, we are also developing the structure. But by now, our major product, our major goal is to arrive to a radio being ready to be almost, well, to go on orbit. The product will be ready mid next year. By end next year, we want to have it ready for first in-flight operations.
And if I understand, this is a 5G radio that you're developing for?
Well, it's in the Ka band radio, which is one of a 5G possible band. So it's good for a 5G radio, 5G. But of course, 5G is a major business, so ready for that. Not applicable for that. It does not depend also on us. Depends on the client that will want or not our radio. By the way, the radio, yes, is made to be fitted inside these boxes. Is almost fitting inside this box, so it's almost this size, the radio. But it's good to have a small radio, so it can be used also on board satellites, normal satellites, not just this satellite. So open for the full market use.
Thank you.
Thank you, Anna. And we are back to digital technologies. The next team that we'll be presenting is Creanest, a platform for design using blockchain technologies, something similar.
I want to imagine how would you feel if you were a small business, poor, unknown. You had a great idea, you probably borrowed some money to do it, and now you're making millions. Probably not, right? So how do you promote yourself? How do you promote your product? And how do you attract new customers? In the world of fashion, this situation is especially bad. So if in fashion you are not an established fashion brand that has a lot of money to burn on advertising, you are literally no one today. And let's say, okay, thank you. Stylists, fashion artists, photographers, bloggers, everyone has the same problem, visibility. Nobody is visible. Today, however, I am honored to present you the next big thing in the world of fashion. Today, I am honored to present you, thank you, Primpy. It is a decentralized fashion platform of equal opportunities. Primpy is a community-generated platform that connects the whole fashion industry in fair, unique, and transparent way. And most importantly, Primpy is a platform that favors quality content over sponsored content.
So yeah, like all startups, we start at the beginning with just a small group of 4 people. And after the platform developed and grow, the team grow as well. Today, we are a team of 44 team members on various departments, various fields. We have an office in Nova Gorica, here in Slovenia. We have a team in Milano, because Milano is actually the birthplace of fashion. And we have this office in Singapore, Dubai, and Malta. Events. We started going out with the information regarding the project and presentation of the platform. So when we go out, we started to communicate with potential users, partners, and investors. We were appearing on fashion weeks, and we started organizing special events for influencers to show them our platform and to gather the feedback. So that I will not, and me and Alan, that we will not just throw around some fancy words. We will have a fully functional MVP next week on Monday, 17th of December, to try it out. And because the potential users are so hungry of our platform, we already have 50 beta active testers on our platform. We have 40 bloggers that are already writing articles on it, and 65 stores that are just waiting to start selling stuff on it. Till now, we received 2.7 million of seed investment, and our company has evaluated, back please, and our company has evaluated of 27 million euros. So we are now in the point that we need another 44 million euros to move the project and the platform to the whole market. And in this stage, because we will go to the STO, in this stage, in the phase, we will gathering 100,000 euros per sale. But if the whole project will go in the estimated plan that we are having, we were evaluating that the value of the company will be 500 million euros. And because of this, the STO point, the investors that they will invest in us, they will be paid in dividends, and they will have an option later on to convert their tokens, let's say, to the company's company share. So Plimpy has already started moving boundaries in this rigid fashion industry, and if you want to join us, we'll be happy to have you on our journey. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. And the time for the questions.
Hi. So you raised 2.7 million in ICO?
Not in ICO. This is a STO.
Okay, STO security token. And did I understand correctly that you're looking for 44 million?
An estimate.
And I mean, that is a huge amount of money. How do you plan to raise that?
As East mentioned, we are planning to raise it over the STO. The security token, the investors will be paid dividends from the business, and later on, during a certain period of time, these investors will be able to convert their security valuation of the company is invested, so we expect it to be after 4 billion.
I understand that. Okay, so yeah, I work for ADC, but I also am a partner at the venture capital fund as well, and I understand that the rules are different in ICO and, let's say, the coin offering community, and I appreciate a lot the fact that you are raising the security token. But don't you think you're going to have to show a lot of users to be able to successfully get that amount of money? How many users do you plan to have at the time of your next raise?
Before MVP, so we will start gathering users at that point. But when we will go out, let's say we have one event here in Ljubljana where we invited 100 influencers, and 50% of them join us and already start testing the platform. So of the estimation, we will say it will be really depend on how many events we'll do, how much we are going around the globe and to go into the conferences and present the whole project there. But we are just making this evaluation, the critical mass, which is the optimum, that we will not do too much effort to, the minimal amount. We are doing it right now, so we can give you this information, let's say, next week.
If I may add something, we are planning to use 60% of invested money through an STO towards the growth.
Okay, thanks. Let's talk later.
Okay, thank you guys.
Thank you.
And our next startup is personally one of my favorites. I'm a really passionate gardener, and Tomapo. They will present a platform for helping the gardeners to how to plant, what to plant together, what don't plant together, and so on. Dylan will present you shortly when he gets.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Hello, I'm Dylan, co-founder of Tomapo, your personal gardening assistant. Gardening is a big opportunity right now. Based on some data, it's already the number one hobby. Number one hobby among the millennial generation. Only on Facebook, we are more than 70 million young gardeners. So this is what we expect. A perfect vegetable garden, organic garden, that will produce the biggest and freshest and most exquisite vegetables. But this is the reality, what we usually get, because unlike our parents, we don't have any
platform. This is one of the most requested features from our users. We want to increase user engagement, and we also want to help fight against genetic erosion, which is one of the biggest climate problems we are facing now. Another thing we are adding are small IoT sensors. This is to target the tech-savvy millennial generation and to give better advice to our users. So far, in the last 3 years, we got 36,000 registered users, and around 30% are still with us. We are one of the better rate applications on Google Play. And it started like a Slovenian application, but now it's also translated in Italian, English, and German language. Of course, we have competition. We are not the only gardening application, but usually they are one-feature applications, and they have a bad user experience. So now we are working on user acquisition, and we are testing our business model. The best two revenue streams are the sale of niche garden-related products like this special shovel, and the advertising of gardening brands and garden centers. Because talking with a lot of them, we realized that they have a problem. They have a custom base getting older, and they don't know how to address it, younger gardeners. And we can help them with our blog, with our application, with our gardening videos, and with social media. Here we are already making money. Here are some of our customers. They range from gardening brands to small garden centers, and one of the biggest garden center chains in Slovenia. This is our team of 4 people. Bojan, my brother, he is the head behind this project. developer and PhD in artificial intelligence. Maya, our social media expert, and Seed Exchange activist. Then we have Martin, our video producer, a passionate gardener teacher, and permaculture designer, and myself, I'm a lawyer who turned to sales and to community management. So now we are looking for partnerships, especially gardening brands and big garden center chains in Italy, which is our go-to market right now. This is it. I'm Dylan. This was Tomapo. I will be happy to talk with you after the event. And if you love gardening, download our free app, which is Tomapo, or for the Slovenian users, it's Posadi Seed. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dylan.
Hi.
Hi.
So at the moment you're already on the market. What kind of revenues do you make at the moment? And what is your business, let's say, plan?
The revenues, okay, this year we made around
12,000 euros. Not all from gardening, but let's say the majority from this gardening related stuff. For now we sell only affiliate gardening related tools, but now we also have our own web shop. Yes, the right word. Thank you. Yeah, this is it.
So the 36,000 users that you have, they're not monetized?
They should be monetized more. We are currently looking what is the best way to monetize. One is, like I said, to sell them directly, especially we find out they buy niche products, like something they don't find in garden centers, and making advertising with companies to raise their brand awareness and to make product placement in our videos, in our blogs, stuff like that.
Okay, and just the last question. You as a lawyer, seeds going over national borders, international borders, are you just stuck in Europe, or can you, for example, getting seeds to the US
okay.
would be...
Careful here. The ultimate cleaning tool for your...
Yes, seeds.
So, will there be a problem, or have you realized if there is a problem or not if you try to export seeds to the US? From my understanding is you cannot do that.
For now, we are focused in Europe. We are rolling out this right now to our first 500 beta testers in Slovenia. We will test it this year, and later we will move to Italy, and then country to country. We don't plan for now to. I think it's not really feasible, like seed exchange between, I don't know, US and Europe. I think it's better to have seeds from your country, and this is what we want, because like I said, genetic erosion is a big problem. We already lost in the last 100 years. We lost 90%, more than 90% of varieties, and we want to fight that and give domestic seed to people in the area.
Just very last question. Are you looking for financing or just partners?
We are more focused on partners right now.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dylan. And we are continuing with FlexiTeam. It's a platform for human resources in the field of hospitality that Maya will present to you.
Good afternoon, everyone, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Maya Križmačić, and I walk my way in the hospitality industry from a waiter to executive director. I learned the hospitality business internationally, and I've been witnessing the difficulties caused by the human resourcing mechanisms on a daily basis. The hospitality industry demands full-time and part-time employees to satisfy it. And after 20 years in the industry, I came up with one simple conclusion. The hospitality industry needs one simple tool that is going to attract more young people to start working in the industry, and we need to simplify the recruitment process for any kind of job providers in the industry. So we created the FlexiTeam app. It's a specialized matchmaking tool that is connecting job seekers and job providers in the hospitality industry on most simple and efficient way. It's really a great time saver. It's really simple and fun to use. It's connect any kind of job seekers and job providers. And actually encourage people to choose from full-time and part-time possibilities. It gives the overview of different kind of possibilities of job opportunities in the industry, and also leads people to follow their career path in the industry. We are already suffering the shortage of talented employees in the hospitality industry on a local and global level. In 10 years, the industry is going to need 30 million more people to join the industry. And for that reason, we are going to suffer. And for that reason, we are going to suffer the battle for talents, and it's going to continue. For this concrete reason, we created the FlexiTeam concept that directly support the needs of the industry. And with our specialized matchmaking tool, that is aligning to the hospitality jobs on the go, we are quite different from everyone else on the market. This tool is allowing us to think globally but act locally. And for this reason, we believe that we can bring the solution to the market. This brilliant and simple idea is actually supported by my valuable colleagues. Marinela Veshkova is a digital marketing specialist. Tadej Kanižar is our IT programmer. Our director is Robert Križmančić and myself, that I'm presenting myself today, and I'm in a role as a founder and managing director. We started developing the app in September 2017, and the good news is that we are launching our iOS beta version within a few days. We are launching the Android version in January 2019, and we are also entering the Slovenian market in the beginning of next year. We are already preparing the activities to entering the Bosnian and Serbian market in spring 2019. Are we a real game changer is going to show our income model. So far, we are planning to charge job providers on a monthly basis with subscription, considering and according to the size of the company. We are in the early beginning. We are not on the market yet. We would like to have a capital investor for 100,000 euro. And of course, we are very open to discuss our ideas, vision, and develop our program together in the future. So very open and kindly invited to talk with us after the pitch. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Maya. Questions? Jury? Who's going to? Okay.
Thank you for your presentation.
Thank you.
Okay, so you explained the problems on the market very well. And what kinds of disruption do you expect in terms of transparency? Not many job givers want to say publicly how much they're going to pay their people. And do you think this could change the entire industry, or is this your intention also?
Yeah, thank you for this really interesting question. And obviously, you've been checking a little bit more about us, because I didn't talk about this today. We included the feature that job providers need to expose themselves into a manner of saying how much they are going to pay. And this is for two reasons. First of all, everyone are crying on one side that there is not a good and enough of staff on the market. On the other side are crying that there is not good employees on the market. And there are several dysfunctions that needs to be settled before we start making a serious business here. The undiscipline of payment in Slovenia is incredible. We don't have the exact numbers, but we get the inside information that people are not paid. And we need to exclude all these unserious business companies that are trying to, and struggling obviously on the market, but they are putting a shade on everyone else who wants to do something great here.
So maybe how much backlash do you expect from potential customers you approach? So your potential customers are the job givers. How many do you expect to close, and how many do you expect to say, no, maybe next time?
I have to say that I'm coming from a very serious business environment where there is no problem with payments. So I've never worked with unprofessional hospitality makers that would not being serious with payment. So I would focus on those who are serious, and I would take those firstly in consideration. I don't want to start saving people who doesn't have a serious intentions on the market. So we are going to focus on hoteliers, we are going to focus on restaurant business makers who are already famous and need help with hospitality recruitment.
So Slovenia first using your own connections.
Yeah, we've been thinking that we are going to start in Slovenia, and that is the most natural way of doing it, but and that the Serbia and Bosnia, which is our market that might help the situation in Slovenia, is a second. But we changed our mind, and we are going to enter in the Serbian and Bosnian market as soon as possible. We already been there, we already talk with schools, because our main channel is to go on the school and talk with students, and there are many of them who are very interested to come and work in Slovenia. For example, the average salary in Serbia is about 350 to 400 euro per waiter. A good waiter in Serbia is earning 500 euro, but they get very good tips. In Slovenia, if you are average, you can get 900 easily. If you're a good one, you can scale up to 1,500. And
Okay.
Serbians are good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maya.
Thank you.
And we are continuing with the fashion. Our next presenter is a company named Utsu. I hope I pronounced it correctly. And Matthias will present us his metamorphic t-shirt.
Good morning, everybody. I'm really glad to be here today in order to show you what, for me and many others, is reasonably what the t-shirt of the future of the t-shirt is. So let me quickly show you what I'm talking about.
Now, who's gonna wash it in between?
Pressing. Because basically, the t-shirt market is worth 2 billion units every year. Every year are sold 2 billion units. And its valued market is $185 billion. But, on the other hand, we have the same functioning since the 1920s. So, of course, a lot has been done on fabric technology and fit of the t-shirts, but nothing really relevant has been done on their functionality. In 1 century, so it's 100 years, it's like that, right? So here is where Uzu comes in. Uzu, 4 t-shirts in 1, is the world's first 4-time reversible t-shirt, which allows you to save space while empowering and adapting your outfits. And we have 3 international patents, invention patents. So, but which are the challenges in fashion? So it's a highly competitive market with big competitors, and 90% of new brands die fresh without even bringing in revenue. Well, the good news is that we are here, and with a price point of 100 euros each shirt, we have sold 1,500 t-shirts in retail and 1,000 t-shirts online, mainly from US, the online orders, for a total revenue of 130,000 euros. So let me tell you about some successful experiences we had. So we had a Kickstarter campaign, which from a 15,000 euros goal closed at 50,000 euros. And this happened in a time while print on demand, so custom printing on t-shirts, was emptying out all the t-shirt crowdfunding campaigns. And we had an Insider, we have been featured on Insider, so with a video which scored massive 11 million organic views and more than 100,000 shares. And just this video bring in 35,000 euros in sales. So what are the next plans for 2019? We have been funded from the Regione Friuli Venezia Giulia with 65,000 euros non-repayable funds, and in order to launch the new Spring-Summer 2019 collection, something that I've been designing in the last months. And based on our experiences, so what we saw before, the video and the Kickstarter campaign, just trying to find the well-performing patterns in order to replicate the same things by pushing the digital marketing strategy. And of course, we're going to be expanding the team. We are in Forward now, and we're going to be expanding the team. So, and at Uzu, we don't only have the 4-in-1 t-shirts. We are creating a whole new category of patented, groundbreaking, multifunctional clothing. So, I just got at the end of my pitch. I would like to thank ABC for giving me the chance to be here today, and thank you all for your time. And if you would like to ask me questions, I'm here to just answer your questions.
Thank you, Matthias.
Thanks, Matti. Question for you that I know we've been talking a lot about is how to create a business model out of this. So basically you are selling online, you're selling through normal channels. How do you plan to scale up from this? What's the next step? Because the first step was very successful, but now I'm wondering how do you reach 1 million and then 10 million and then 100 million?
Sure. Well, we saw from what we did in the past that designing the t-shirts in a specific way, it's the starting point. So you have to, it's something new, design-wise and graphic-wise. So taking this concept and taking it to the influencer marketing, because this is what fashion is all about today. So it's influencer marketing. I need somebody to transfer their trust into my brand, to our brand, because basically selling a t-shirt for 100 euros is not easy if you don't have a brand supporting it. But the trust, you receive it through the influencer marketing. This is like what it's all about. So just pushing it really hard on digital marketing and influencer marketing. This is it.
What about big brand names, the big fashion brand names in Milan? Were you in contact with those?
I have been, when I started this project, I have been, I started from retail, so I was in a very well-renowned showroom in Milan. But yeah, I was some kind of inside of it. So I did some collections there. But the thing is that I came back to online because you need the brand to be valued as a brand. So otherwise, the big brands just eat you up, and you just get the small things at the end of the sales seasons. So I have some connections, but I would like to just make Uzu a worldwide renowned brand by myself, and then maybe connecting with these other companies. That's the main project. I mean, of course, on one side you have Uzu, so the brand, and on the other side you have the functional working of the clothes, which are patented. So in this case, for example, if you take Diesel or Gucci or these kind of guys, if they would like to have the 4-in-1 T-shirts, we can still do it. You know, just
white label, but Uzu would be your brand that you would develop.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks, Kapi.
Thank you.
And our next startup, because we are slowly approaching to the end of our pitching session, he's going to talk about coffee. Cafelier is a startup that are developing self-cleaning handles for coffee machines. So, Alan, please.
Yeah, good. Hello, everyone. How are you today? You're good? Great. So, hello, my name is Alan. I am the CEO and founder of Cafelier. Our company provides cleaning solutions for every espresso machine in the world. Basically, we make baristas smile with our product. The coffee business is booming right now. It's a $500 billion industry and rising every single year. More than 2 billion coffee cups are served every single day. And 40% of them has burnt taste. So that means the coffee isn't so good. Let me show you how coffee filter looks like after 50, 100, and 200 served cafes. It's disgusting, right? But the problem is the same for millions of coffee machines around the world. So, would you drink your coffee from the machine that look like this? Probably yes, but you won't even know. But it's quite understandable. Waiters today don't have time or energy to clean them doing the work. So they become sloppy. I know this from my own experience. We own a cafe and my mom would kill me if I didn't clean the filters well. But she's a boss and she's right. Customers deserve only a great cup of coffee. And after all, they're all paying it. The baristas are now using a blind handle, which is a mandatory accessory of every espresso machine in the world. After that, they also need to use a cleaning brush, a sponge, boiling hot water, all these different chemicals. And this process took them 3 to 5 minutes to clean just one coffee filter. And let me tell you, it takes ages. What a great way to spend the night. But one night, I was cleaning the machine. I burned my hands, and I wished so hard to have a tool that clean a coffee machine filter by itself. So I researched the market, and I decided to make some changes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in 21st century, and we are still using a 130-year-old method of cleaning the espresso machine filter. And now it's time for a change. I present to you the future, Cafelier C1.
Simply attach your Cafelier to the espresso machine and press the power button. Cafelier will do all the cleaning for you in just 10 seconds, featuring a double effect cleaning, brushing, and blind filter-like cleaning with no risk for injuries. When finished, it will
And yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's that simple. The potential market is huge. There are more than 50 million of coffee machines around the world which must be cleaned every 2 hours to keep coffee fresh and good. We did our homework, and we interviewed more than 300 locals here in Slovenia. And 30% of them are very interested to buy the product. I'm very happy to announce that we are just now gathering our first pre-orders and letters of intent of our first batch. Also, we're talking to several distributors around Europe, Middle East, Russia, and even America. And we're just getting started. The interest of product is enormous. So help us stop this huge problem and drink better coffee tomorrow with Cafe Lear. And guys, do not forget, work smarter, not harder. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Alan.
Hi, I'm Andrea. I'm a coffee lover.
Oh, nice to meet you.
So this looks fantastic, really.
Thanks.
Question. So, are you looking for financing?
Yes, we are looking for 230K of investment for, how to say, 100 for smart money investment, so developing, molding, and RD optimization of the product, and another for expand the market and expand the team.
Mm-hmm. And the product you're holding in your hands, is that?
Currently, it's 3D printed.
Okay.
Yeah, and painted, of course. Yeah, and it's ready for sale. This is our second prototype to so, yeah.
Do you have it patented?
Yes, of course. We have already patented the whole product, but the brush itself is another thing. So, yeah.
And you expect to, how do you expect to sell it? So as a design where somebody can print it out by themselves, or you'll be producing it and shipping it?
Yeah, currently plan is to producing and shipping it. Okay, our current plan is to sell 100 units, 100 product, pilot version of the product, so market approval. Mm-hmm. And also, like I said before, we're talking to several distributors to expand the product itself to the market. And yeah, and also collaborating with some bigger player in the game. Okay. So current plan is to sell 100 products, partnering with some company who can provide us some molding and RD optimization, and then minimize the cost of the product and go worldwide. So
yeah, how much does it cost, the product?
Yeah, the product will cost 300 euros.
Okay.
In the package will contain 2 additional brushes, which will last for 2 months. So one brushes will take 2 months, and after that, all the customers will rebuy it and replace it with another one. And the brushes will last for 300 to 350 cleaning cycles. And the cycle, I didn't mention, the cycle will take 10 seconds. So yeah, it's quite fast. So baristas can use it for several times per day. So yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Can I pass this around? Alan, can I pass this around? Okay. If you want to check it. Yeah, it will not give coffee yet. Kidding. Okay, so our next startup is Vires. They're presenting their electric mower with combination with AI, I suppose.
Hello, everybody. Also, me, I have the product with me. It's a little bit expensive, respect the 200 of the previous product, but we are Vires, moving edge robot, or if you prefer, Roomba of the garden. Okay. And okay, the intensive use of the domestic robot in several fields increase a lot also the sales of the robot lawn mower in the world. They market for the forecast for the 2023 is more or less $3 billion US. This is the market expected for the next years. Okay. Okay. Sorry, my God. Okay. A small overview. Okay. The technology of the robots is user-friendly controls, remote machine-to-machine diagnostic, environment, diciamo, sensor, lower power electronics, brushless Li-ion batteries. Place and forget, no moving noise, zero emission, no grass disposal, reduction irrigation needed, reduction fertilization needed, operative cost €3 for months. This means that the target is 24-hour and 7-day perfect just moving look, labor free. Okay. In this prospect, we have some points common with the competitors, and some are plus. The common are same energies, same actuators, and same installers. Is the same. Plus are the cut in front. Let me show you. You can see the wide range is 340 millimeters. Is one of the wider in the field, in the market. The second is the speed. The speed of the machine is 720 meters per hour. And this is one of the best on the market for the size of 2,000 square meters of machine. And the third is the steering, because we have speed control, 2 cutting motors, and self-learning capabilities. This means that VIRES is one of the speediness because cover 240 square meters per hour, and this is the double respect the competitors. Double speediness. Okay, why VIRES? Because it's one of the best in terms of cost-benefit balance, because it's a good, smarter energy management, because the cost is like a machine of 1,500 square meters, but the capability is over 3,000 square meters, seems 4,000 square meters for the robot lawn mower. Okay. Our numbers is we start in 2017. We have 5 investors. We invest 50,000 of capital. We have 2 employees, 10 testers, 80 machine, and we test for 3,000 hours per month and 10,000 square meters test field. We are proprietary of hardware and firmware, and we have a local sales network located in the northeast Italy. Okay, VIRES tomorrow is to, our activity is to increase, put in place marketing and sales strategy. We are in production now. We will sell the first 300 pieces for the second quarter of 2019. And for the third quarter, we are ready for the IoT machine. Is another increase. And another point, very important point for the 2019 is the integration for the alarm system integration, because we can put inside the machine a system that in case of need, VIRES will check any specified zone of the garden when the alarm ring, okay? And for the next year, we have the with thermal treatment, a computer vision based on add-on wheel, let the with reduction without using of chemicals. This is our plus, okay? Okay, for the mechanics, code data, integration, electrical, sales and marketing, and professional, we pay attention to the idea. If you have some idea, we pay attention to this. And if you have a garden or you are tired to care about it, we are here. Okay? Thank you very much for all.
Thank you.
So, hi, I have a lawn. I hate mowing the lawn. Okay. I need your product. Okay. But there is competition out there, and some of the automatic lawn mowers are actually quite cheap. You can get a Husqvarna for 1,000 euros, and you can get Chinese competition for significantly less than 1,000 euros.
Okay.
Why should I buy yours?
Because the price that you say now is price for smaller robot lawnmower. Because, like for example, 500 square meters. This means that this is another target of another niche of this kind of market. After I explained before, the market is very rich because in the future the total market worldwide arrive nearest to the 3 billion of US dollar. Our niche at the moment is the niche of 3,000 square meters and in this niche we are one of the best startup and company for this. We are the product.
So 3,000, this is roughly the size of the football field?
Is half, yes.
Half of the football field.
So actually, with the two of these, we can cover a football place.
So this is a segment that the Chinese competition actually cannot cover because they are too small.
Exactly. We just have two machines in test and one football place for at the moment.
Excellent. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Luca. And our next company is Procurean. It is a procurement platform for small and medium enterprises.
Hello everyone, how are you doing? Everyone doing well? My name is Giga, I'm the co-founder of Procurean, where we want to enable local businesses to grow globally. And right now procurement in SMEs is broken, causing up to 90% higher transaction costs and up to 30% higher purchasing costs than required. More than 80% of these businesses only transact within their region because they're unable to cope with costs and time associated with trading with unknown business partners, leaving procurement agents overwhelmed with work, discovering new vendors and collecting offers instead of focusing more on building meaningful relationships with their suppliers. Management is left in the dark because they can't interpret and process data fast enough to make informed business decisions. And finally, employees don't have a simple way to request items needed for their everyday tasks, creating common process bottlenecks along the way. Our solution is to build an accessible, easy-to-use cloud software developed especially for the needs of SMEs, enabling them to organize internally, discover new business partners, and provide them with real-time information that will aid in future forecasting and decision-making. So, what is Procurean? It's the full suite and integrated procurement software for SMEs. It saves time and stress for procurement agents, automating purchase orders and enabling them to focus more on coming together on value with their vendors. It gives management data that enables them to track, control, and plan, and create a smarter company spend culture. And finally, it simplifies the demand process for employees, making new requests as easy as purchasing items from Amazon. And when talking that businesses have troubles investigating their business partners, they themselves face issues proving their trustworthiness to them. As consumers today, we can hardly imagine making important purchase decisions without considering reputation. Just take into consideration what impact reviews on websites like Amazon, eBay, or even TripAdvisor have on you. We believe that it makes complete sense to implement a similar logic in B2B commerce too. That's why we've developed the Trust Rank, a new business standard for reliability evaluation, composed out of financial and reputational data, and with inbuilt disputing to prevent influence or abuse. We believe that great businesses need to be rewarded in exchange for their trustworthiness and reliability. And we think that the Trust Rank is going to be an important decision factor in the future, both offline and online. Obviously, we're not the first ones on the market. There are a couple of other businesses serving this segment. For example, SAP Ariba, but they only cater to larger enterprises who are not really our target market. And there is Procurify. They're building very focused solutions for SMEs. But we want to provide companies, procurement agents, and sales managers with a wholesome systems that will enable them to streamline and digitize their processes. And we want to do that by talking to as much of them as possible, using a combination of a software as service subscription fee and usage-based transaction fees. And we've built a very cool built-in growth effect with vendor ecosystems, which effectively means that buyers can invite their vendors, and those vendors can then transact with them for free. All the while, we can help those vendors that the buyers brought to expand outside of their current domain and talk to buyers otherwise not available to them. The product is being brought to market by a superstar team of founders led by our CEO Sergey and our technical lead Tomasz, who have plenty of experience in building scalable IT products. Micha is our domain expert, and I myself have more than 6 years of experience as a product developer and a consultant in startups and agencies alike. Thank you all for your attention, and I'm glad to discuss the future of procurement or Procurian with you after the presentations are done.
Thank you, Giga. Wait for the questions.
Thank you very much. My first question, are you looking for a financial investment?
Yes, we are going to look for a financial investment, but not right now. We still have to conclude our product launch and take the next following months to just do the product market fit, and we want to get the numbers before we start talking about further investments.
Okay, and can you give me an example of a specific use case of your platform?
Yeah, sure. Imagine there's a small business. There are a couple of stakeholders involved in the procurement process. There is the business is so big that the CEO himself can't do all the purchases on his own, so he had to hire a procurement agent. Now the procurement agent is quite overwhelmed with work.
This is still too abstract.
Okay.
Go concrete. Do you provide services or things, products?
We provide a service. Yeah, we provide a service that businesses can use to source products. For example, if
and services.
Not just products. We're focusing on products. Just a really abstract example would be you're a business from Slovenia and you're looking to optimize your purchases on indirect materials. That is, wooden pallets is something that our customers often lack suppliers in, and you don't know where to find them. And even if you do find them, you have no guarantee that they're going to act as they say they will. And it's as simple as creating an auction on Procurian. We will match you with the sellers that will supply you the wooden pallets. And as a result of that, our users mostly get up to 30% lower purchasing costs on behalf of optimizing every purchase decision.
Okay, so you're kind of going into the, you're tackling the trust of specific company to company, business to business relations. And do you have a specific plan how you're gonna build the trust between you business?
Yeah, it's really important for us that we implement network trust. So what effectively that means is that trust doesn't work on a one-to-one basis. But if you screw me over, this is going to reflect immediately on every other business partner that you have on the platform. So we're going to send them an alert. For example, this business is not behaving as they previously were, and we can replace them with some other companies that can fulfill your needs better and more reliably than they can.
Okay, Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Giga. And the next startup, we have two more. Next startup is a company named Soplaya, and they bring local food to the chef.
Just one sec. Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Mauro from Soplaya, the marketplace where chefs buy in a transparent and easy way. The restaurant supply chain is broken. In fact, right now, current wholesalers are focusing on standardized products and are running for the lowest price race. But in the meanwhile, chefs are searching more and more for products that can help them differentiate their offer and meeting new customer needs. For this reason, they are buying more niche, local, and organic products, and all sorts of non-standardized ingredients for their restaurant. But unfortunately, the offer for these kinds of products come from a market which is very fragmented, where the current options available come together with few inefficient deliveries, high minimum orders, and because of a long and complex supply chain, also with a high price. For these reasons, we built Soplaya, the marketplace for restaurant supplies where chefs can buy the best ingredients in one click. Soplaya represents for restaurants a one-stop stop for long-tail products where they can save up to 20% of their money for their supplies, and they get their products in 24 to 48 hours. We also provide great value for vendors because we provide great access to a big and growing market while providing also data and sales stats that usually stay in the hands of distributors. On top of this, we provide also a cheap, efficient, and low-emission distribution at the fingertip. The market is huge. Only in Italy it accounts for 20 billion, and the online segment is growing at a 45% rate year over year. We launched in 2017 in March, and we get to 400K turnover in this first year of operations. By growing of around 20% month over month, we are about to reach a 500,000 turnover by the end of this year. We have a database of more than 3,000 products, and with this we perform more than 3,000 deliveries to around 120 active clients per month, 9 out of 10 of whom are buying every single month. We are a team of industry experts driven by passion for food and for technology. And we are matching with high competencies in the markets of distribution and of hospitalities as investors inside the company. Soplaya works in a market where that is held from big and old-fashioned leaders. And we are building our competitive edge by using and leveraging our data with artificial intelligence and data analysis in order to create personalized and unique experience for customer on one side and optimizing the cost of the supply chain on the other one. We will get to 10,000 products in the next year, and by 2020 we will get 5 million turnover by opening 7 cities across Italy, and we will be ready for the international expansion. Today we are raising 500,000 in order to bring that 7 cities to break even in 18 months per city, like we did with the first city. We believe in a future in which supply chains of food are really diverse and you can come back. Okay, a great variety of products in a supply chain, but the only way to do this is to create a distribution model which is very efficient and digital, and we are here to make it. Thank you.
food lover.
Thank you. Thank you for a great presentation.
Thank you.
First question, are you already covering your costs?
We are covering the operational costs of the company for the local unit of Udine, Videm, near here, with whom we are delivering to the whole region, you know, northeast part of that, but still not covering all the costs of the company, generally speaking. So like developers mostly. So that's why we are opening Padova, our next city, in January/February of this next year, in order to be self-sufficient in the less time we can.
Okay. Did I see correctly? You do also the logistics yourself, so you deliver the food.
Mm-hmm.
You have your own trucks.
Yes, we started by externalizing the logistic part. But after understanding that restaurant got the food late with problems, errors, etc., we figured out that logistics is the main part, or one of the main parts of our industry. So what happens is that for wider areas, like the one in which we are now, we are using regular vans, I mean the lowest carbon emissions possible right now. But for the centers of the city, we will use a sort of, you know, just eat on-demand model for the distribution. So we will have some riders going around the city centers with their own bicycles / some infrastructure that we will provide to them in order to reduce the cost of that part, but supply a service which is 10 times better than the competition.
And what kind of food do you deliver? So I guess if you say the delivery is in 24 hours to 48, it's probably not going to be fresh fruit. Or
it's fresh food. It's from vegetables to fruit to meat to cheese to whatever our restaurants need. We are already we are starting to sell you know, vacuum packs for cooking in vacuum. You know, it's a trend also that. So we cover kind of all the interests of restaurants. Obviously, we are done focusing on beverages because it's sort of another kind of business, and also because it has very low margins with very high volume and high weight. So it's a market we don't want to enter. We will prefer to partner with a company who can provide us that to the platform.
And if I remember correctly, you're looking for 500,000?
Yes.
What time frame? In what time frame do you need the money?
Well, we want to do that within 2019 in order to keep the pace of growth that we have put in our plan, which is average 20% from 10 to 20% month over month.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Mauro. And our last presenter is Gregor from Data Honeycomb. He will present personal data IoT world with blockchain.
I'll make it simpler for you.
Okay. Present it.
So, okay, should be down or up? So, how many of you is not aware what is Airbnb doing? Probably you do, but how many is not? Of course you do. Come on. So what we are, the easiest way to describe is a data B&B company. So next one. So what is Airbnb doing is connecting apartment owners and the ones who coming to Ljubljana, Belgrade, whatever, seeking for an apartment. They need to have it in a structured way, pictures nicely, so they can trust this apartment, they're going to sleep safely and so on. And if you own the apartment, you need to access those people to come to Ljubljana, New York, whichever the city is. With the data is the same, so we own our data. Apple Watch, whatever the watch is, IoT sensors, environmental. So what we have developed for all of us is a safe where you're gonna basically store all of your IoT data, personal data, and then you will be able to rent it away the same way you're renting away your apartment. Because you don't want to sell away your data, you lose your privacy, you lose your control. We have developed a system where you can rent it away, the same way you rent away your apartment, and then you can basically earn money 1,000,000 times, literally, because today is a pharmaceutical, tomorrow is an insurance company, the day after tomorrow, whoever data scientist wants to build a model. So what we are doing is the only thing you need to do is you're going to pair your device with your phone or with your home device. This is going to be your vault. The next thing you get on the phone is notification. This guy is renting for 1 week, for 1 month data from you for these kind of purposes and for this kind of money. And they never get your data. Your data stays inside the backbone, inside the system. They get to run AI and ML tools on your data, and they get the model. And after the time capsule expires, the virtual environment is destroyed. They get the model because the information and the value is in the model. Nobody cares about the data Excel sheet. If you're a director or whoever decision maker, you care that it's a nice map or whatever it is, and you can take a decision. So, and you keep the privacy, and you keep the control of your data, and you keep the, this is your asset. You don't sell your apartment, you're renting it away. It's the same with the data. So that's basically the thing. And what is happening is, Google or Facebook now, at the moment, they're data aggregators. What happened basically with the hotels? Then the Airbnb came and said, okay, no hotels, we don't own any room, people own the room, and they're renting it away. The same way with cab companies and Uber. The same way with news agencies. Now, Facebook doesn't have any journalist, but everyone is posting. Everyone, is providing the content. So here is the same. It's our data, Apple Watch, as I said, sensors, you name it. It's yours. Take it with you, and then rent it away, and we live from the commission the same way the Airbnb is doing. So basically, this is our model. Next. That's the whole thing, as I mentioned. You pair it with your vault. This is our backbone, and data scientists, for them, is very important that they have a structured data, so they can run the models on it, and that it's a trustworthy data. Of course, they don't want to have this effect, garbage in, garbage out. So that's why we are using blockchain technologies for the seamless payments and for the data validation. Don't worry, your data never gets written on the blockchain, just the hashes of the data is written on the blockchain, so when the renter is renting the data, it can check that the data wasn't changed, and then he can start building the models, trustworthy models, good models, decision-making models, which can then, it's a competitive advantage. Next. So what's the business case? So our main target is that we rent data away, so not us, our data, but the similar way that Airbnb is doing. But we need to get there because you have a chicken and egg problem. Because if we don't have enough big filter of data, then nobody's going to rent it. But you will not be able to. I mean, we want immediate gratification. So what this means is, give me money now. I won't collect my data for 6 months because we all get bored. So what we are doing is now is negotiating use cases with insurance companies and employers. They will give you an Apple Watch for free. You're going to wear it around, and they only get an index of you if you are active enough, because what this means is if we are active enough, we are walking around enough, exercising, statistically you're healthy. So one hospital day costs 500 euros. So if they save over the course of 2 years, one hospital day or pills or sick leave day, they come in with the Apple Watch, and you got yourself Apple first IoT tool for free, which is collecting data for you, so you'll be able to earn money on all other cases, like pharmaceutical companies, whoever's going to come and filter out. So those are the use cases, and that's how we plan to solve this chicken and egg problem with all other sorts of, but those are just first use cases. Next one. So we do have competition, but we see it as a good, because Vitality is doing just that in the health insurance, and Sweatcoin is something similar, which says people are willing to sell away data for money. Yeah, people are saying we care about privacy and so on, but when the money speaks, we sell it. What we are doing is we enable you not to sell. This is a problem if you sell it. You sell it only once, and you lose control and privacy. What we are doing is same data, resell it many times, because data is so much better than oil. Oil burns, data you can be reused 1,000,000 times. And what those guys are having problem with is privacy, and you're selling the weight only once. So that's why, and they're very narrow use case. We don't know what the use case is going to be, because data scientists, they have crazy ideas on one hand, and you as a data owner, you have a control. You can always say on the notification, no, I don't accept, because this use case is whatever, it's not good for me, and you don't get the payment. Next. So the team, at the top of me, it's me. Then we have a CTO, Boža. She's a PhD in AI. from the Institute of Josef Stefan in Slovenia. And then we have, as a CFO, it's Janko, it's ex-CEO of the biggest Slovenian bank, for those who are not here from Slovenia. That's the core team, the co-owners and the founders. And then we have also, of course, the developers and the already working product, which is already generating, in a different use case, incomes. So next one. What we are looking is basically, sorry, this is still in Slovenia. What we're looking for is to build a business. We don't care that much about the money in terms of what kind of shape it's going to be. We are willing to give away equity. We already have an investment realized just the previous quarter. But we are also open for loans or STOs, ICOs. We need to get the liquidity in to spread the use cases because to solve the chicken and egg problem and to enable all of us to earn money by doing nothing, basically. So thank you very much.
So thank you. Triglav Insurance Company in Slovenia has launched an app called Triglav Drive.
Yeah.
And if you're using this app and they can actually track your data about how you drive, they can lower the premium on the car insurance that they charge to you.
Yeah.
So that seems to be working. I think they have quite a lot of people using that.
True.
How would you improve on that?
So there are two significant problems with that. One is that we all turn on this application when we are driving nicely 130 towards seaside because you only need to do 200 kilometers per hour, per month. The second problem is that I have is somebody is tracking me, and I don't like it. While we are enabling them, they get an index, but they don't get your GPS, they don't get your speed, they don't get anything. So you keep your privacy. They only say index is worth 100. For example, if you reach 90. You get a discount. No position, no speed, nothing. Because this is about statistics, and of course we agree with them what's going to be in the index. They say, their actuators say, it's important for us to have in the index this, accelerometer, speed, whatever. We package that, it's a turnkey ready, and they always get a report that you drove 95 out of 100. You get the discount, and that's it. You can't turn it off. That's the difference. And this is good for them, and it's good for you because very same data that you just collected, maybe, I don't know, next to tomorrow it's going to come pharmaceutical company ask for whatever reasons. How many times you go for the seaside because the air on the seaside is saltier and then your breathing system gets healthier. And you know what I'm saying. So that kind of data is worth millions, literally.
Another question. So I work with students, and when I talk with them, do you know that your phones are actually tracking you everywhere that you go, and they actually report this data to people that you don't know? But yeah, but we don't care. We are not that interesting.
Yeah.
Well, but that being said, of course, once I go there and show them that actually there is a Brazilian company following where they are and what they are doing, and there is another Russian company doing exactly the same thing because they installed an app, a flashlight app. They then become a little bit concerned that maybe when they will be looking for a job, this is going to be a problem. So my question is, do you actually solve this problem in a way that could also be useful in a completely different way, in basically cyber security way?
Of course, what we enable you is, to collect your data and keep your data for yourself. Another problem that we are solving is that you mentioned there is one Brazilian company and one Russian company. And if you're a data scientist, you will not go to Russian company, you will not go to Brazilian company separately, and to Fitbit and to Apple Watch and to whoever. So we are aggregating this. If you're a data scientist, you have a filtering option. You say this, and this, and you have everything, all of your sensors in one place, but not your data. So they can say Ljubljana, Apple Watch, 25 to 35, males, whatever, and doesn't matter which watch. Doesn't matter if it's a, it's a Fitbit, if it's a Runtastic, whatever it is, and that's what they're looking for. They don't want to go to Fitbit, as I said, Runtastic and Apple Watch, and it's too dissolved. So you need everything in one place for them, same as an Airbnb. You don't want to go to Salomon and okay this and maybe this one. You have picture there, structured, click, rent, sleep. That's it.
When will you have the first?
So the first use case is already happening. Basically, we are negotiating deals now with two insurance companies, one Slovenian and one international. Of course, if anyone knows any more international, we will be very happy, and that's actually why we are here. So we are not only looking for the money, we are looking for partnerships. Whoever knows, You know, as I'm saying, Italian insurance company, we always evaluate the deal and we all get a commission out of it in terms of, you know, if the deal is worth, I don't know, 5 million or whatever, you know, the commission is this, and we are growing our user base, which is really important to solve the chicken and egg problem. So that's the plan to grow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so this is it for today. I would like to thank all of the startups for me not to use my little bell there. Almost everybody was on time, so thank you all startups for keeping the time. I would like to thank you, all of you, for coming, for your precious time, and of course the jury for excellent questions, and of course the team, ABC team, the best co-workers that this wouldn't be possible without them. So thank you all. And there is a catering in the lobby, and do some networking. Thank you all.